Hi guys, it's Abby from WillBujoFor.Treats. Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm here with my 2021 bullet journal flip through. I have 2 notebooks to share with you guys this year compared to my 3 notebooks that I had in 2020. So go ahead, grab a drink, and let's get started. You'll see that I didn't use any of these 2021 beginning setups, but I think that's the beauty of bullet journaling. I mean, I definitely did something different for my 2022 setup just because I saw how much I didn't use these spreads, so here's to hoping that 2022 goes a little bit better. Honestly, that's one of the biggest perks about bullet journaling is you can tailor your setup to whatever you need in the moment. So this January setup was probably one of my favorites. I think it really challenged me to do something that I've never really done before, which was paint like the night sky and have like that blend of like the Milky Way. It was really fun. I think I followed like a simple tutorial on like YouTube. The only downfall was that, like, as you can see, it was a little bit messy. I got a lot of like blue splotches everywhere, but I mean, overall can't complain. I had a lot of fun setting up this January theme. I also really enjoyed the simplicity of these weekly spreads, so definitely bringing that back to the February 2022 setup. Moving on to February, this theme was also really fun. I think it may or may not have been like me discovering my like unhealthy obsession with cups and like cute like aesthetic jars or things like that, but I really enjoyed like being able to doodle and watercolor, having like that little depth of color put in with the watercolor. Definitely challenged me in a different way as well. You'll also see that this month I really started using my bullet journal for like journaling in addition to like weekly spreads and tracking tasks. And that's just, again, another beauty of the bullet journal is it can be anything that you need it to be for that month. Ooh, this was the funnest part about my March setup. The little like vellum sliding door. May or may not be bringing that back into my 2022 setups. We shall see. As you can see, I also didn't really get a chance to set up my memories page with those Polaroids, but hey, whatever, right? April was really love-hate for me. I mean, like, I loved the way that the colors looked like big and bold on the cover page and how, you know, there was a contrast between the lettering that was inside of the word versus what was outside of the word. I thought it looked great, but then when I transferred it over to like smaller lettering, it just didn't have the same effect for me. So I don't know, didn't really love this April setup. But you know what I did love is this May the 4th be with you Star Wars theme for May. I just couldn't resist. It's one of those things that like you have to do once, you know what I mean? It's kind of like a Harry Potter theme, which I mean I have yet to do. May or may not be coming in this 2022 setup. Who knows? We shall see. But Star Wars is definitely something that you have to do once for May. You have to. And that brings us to the end of the first journal in my 2021 lineup. Moving on to my next bullet journal, you will see she is significantly thicker than the first bullet journal that I had this year, and she's also larger. This is my first time using a B5 bullet journal, which is larger than the A5 bullet journal that I had previously used. And guys, I loved the amount of space. The notebook that I decided to use was the B5 journal by Notebook Therapy. If you guys are interested, I have the links down below as well as a discount code. If you're interested, go ahead and use that code to get a discount on your purchase. It also helps support my YouTube channel and my Instagram to help me create a bunch of fun artistic things for you guys, so I appreciate your support. You'll see July definitely marked the beginning of my obsession with like craft paper and, well, I mean, my other themes were totally obsessed with craft paper, but I mean like stationery and like little like torn pieces of paper and like this neutral like nude aesthetic. Really loved July. I also wanted to blame July for, you know, making this bullet journal really thick, but as you can see, the rest of the months following July adds to the thickness quite a bit. Like literally this bullet journal is so thick that I'm turning the pages like at a freaking slant. Like you can't even look at the notebook straight and flat. July also was just overall a really amazing month for me personally because we found out so many great things about our loved ones this month. My best friend got engaged. We also found out that my boyfriend's sister is having her very first baby, which is so exciting. I love babies. We also, my boyfriend and I also visited Seattle for the first time, and we got to visit my cousins that live there, and we see their place, and we got to do a lot of really fun things. I also had my very first oyster, which, you know, I definitely had to document the entire experience. I also was supposed to make like a Seattle trip video, which I definitely have the footage, but I haven't gotten around to yet. But this month overall was just amazing. So if I were to pick my favorite setup out of this 2021 like themes lineup that I have going on, I definitely have to say August is probably my favorite. I don't know, I love these like quirky little trees that I decided to put in the setup, and I loved like the minimalism, yet it's just, I don't know, it was so aesthetic, and I love the pop of like that red, orange, rustic moon. Yeah, it was just tons of fun for me for August. August was also a really great month for me personally because I started a new job at a gene therapy company, and then my boyfriend and I actually went camping by ourselves for the very first time, in addition to us summer camping for the very first time. Let me tell you, it was hot, but it was definitely an experience I would hands down do again if it meant that, you know, we could spend the time making those memories that we did together. So like, is it really fall if you didn't do something mushroom related? Definitely not. I really loved this September setup. The mushrooms were super cute, and I really enjoyed using like the Paperang printer that has the ability to print black and white images on like either vellum or white paper. They have a different, you know, selection of papers that you can print on, and it's actually a sticker that you can peel off and put directly into your bullet journal. So if you guys are interested, I do have a discount code for you guys. I'll link it down below, but definitely check that out if it's something that you think you would find useful for your own bullet journal. I also had a little bit of an obsession with like little hidden pieces or interactive pieces in my setup for September. You'll see that like I always flip over like pictures, or I'll flip over sticky notes, and underneath that there'll be like a little hidden message, or maybe a doodle, a drawing, some more words. I just thought it added a little something to the theme. It was super fun to create. October was also a really fun setup for me. I really enjoyed hand drawing that snake and playing with like the shading of the pencil. Another aspect I really loved was how the gold popped out, and like the influence of like the moon and like some witchy vibes coming out for October. It was really fun. It's the first time I've ever done something like this in my, theme wise. As far as my personal life goes, October was also a really fun month. It was the first time that my boyfriend and I had ever gone to a music festival together. So we went to Breakaway Fest in North Carolina with some of our friends, and I would definitely say it was hands down one of my favorite parts of this year. You can see there's a turkey leg photo of my boyfriend and I. My boyfriend's obsessed with turkey legs. It was so funny. Yeah. Turkey leg is definitely a theme for us this year. You'll see in like other photos coming up, we continued the trend when we went to Disney in November. You'll see for this November theme, I definitely chose something like very minimalist because I knew November was going to be really busy for me. I actually spent a good chunk of it traveling. My boyfriend and I went to California for his 30th birthday. We visited his childhood best friend and his wife, and it was such an adventure. We ate so much good food, and we went to Disneyland for the first time. Definitely so much eating and drinking. It was just like the most amazing trip ever. We also got to like forage for uni for the very first time, which was really exciting because my boyfriend and I always love to watch like those camping channels and like get fresh seafood, pluck it right from the ocean. It was such an amazing experience and super glad that we got to experience it with his best friends. Yeah, highly recommend that you check that out if you ever go to California. I also found myself this year really wanting to hang on to like little keepsakes or like actual physical tangible memories that like paper memories that is from like our trips. So you'll see that I've hoarded a lot of like like a bill. I hoarded like the little flip book that I got from Disney. I also hoarded like our Disney tickets, and I just thought they were cute little mementos to put into my bullet journal to help me remember the occasion. Another favorite moment from the month of November was my boyfriend's birthday potluck with his friends. It's kind of cool to think that my boyfriend has been friends with some of his friends for, a decade now. And the theme of his potluck was bring a dish that reminded you of him or like made you think of him, or like, when you think of my boyfriend, what dish reminds you of him? So it was really interesting to see. Well, I wasn't surprised by any of the choices that people brought, but it was so fun to see like what foods reminded people of my boyfriend. If you're looking for a fun and cute way to celebrate someone and make them feel special, I definitely recommend checking out that whole like bring a dish that reminds you of them kind of thing. And here we are at December. It's super crazy to look back, and watch this flip through and remember all of the crazy first time things that I've been able to experience this year. Especially doing a lot of first time things with my boyfriend. It's crazy to think that we've been together for almost 4 years now, and we're still, being able to experience first times with each other. Super, super fun, and I'm so glad that I got to document all of these fun memories. This will also be the first year that I've had a full one line a day to look back on. So, in my 2020 bullet journal, I did have the spread sometimes, but I didn't find myself filling it in as often as I did this year. So really excited to go through and compare, what I did on this day a year ago. But yeah, maybe I'll save that for another video. Truthfully, I'm just so in love with the way that bullet journaling lets me capture all of these memories. It's almost like a time capsule. But I really hope I continue with this hobby for for forever and be able to look back on all of these things. And there we have it, the end of my 2021 flip through. Guys, if you've made it all the way to the end of this video, thanks for watching and thanks for sticking with me. I really hope that you enjoyed my setup and got to see some fun spreads filled out and hopefully maybe inspired you to do a couple of your own. But if you guys like this content, go ahead and check out my Instagram. I post and update a lot more there than I do on YouTube right now, but I am trying to get YouTube up and running for at least one video a week, weekly or every other week. We'll see. But definitely check out my Instagram and follow me there for more amazing bullet journaling spreads. And yeah, hope to see you guys in the next video.